The Disappearance of Olivia Moore. It was a quiet Thursday evening when Olivia Moore vanished. A 28-year-old woman, smart, driven, and loved by everyone who knew her, had lived in the small, peaceful town of Ashford her entire life. Ashford, known for its calm streets, towering oak trees, and friendly neighbors, had never experienced anything like this. Olivia's sudden disappearance would change the town forever. Olivia had been out with friends the night she went missing. The group had gathered at a local pub celebrating a birthday. The night was uneventful, nothing out of the ordinary. As the night wore on, Olivia left the pub, telling her friends she was heading home, but that was the last time anyone saw her. Her best friend Rachel had walked Olivia out to her car. The two had shared a quick hug, and Olivia assured Rachel that she was just a short drive away from home. There was no sign of distress, no indication that anything was wrong. But when Rachel called her later that night, there was no answer. Olivia's phone had gone straight to voicemail. Rachel didn't think much of it at first. Olivia was probably just busy or maybe asleep. But as the night passed, Rachel's concern grew. The following morning, Rachel attempted to reach Olivia again. Still no response. Rachel decided to head to Olivia's apartment just to check on her. It wasn't like Olivia to ignore calls or messages, and something about the silence was unsettling. When Rachel arrived, the door was locked. Olivia's car was still in the parking lot, and nothing seemed out of place inside the apartment. It was as if Olivia had simply vanished into thin air. Rachel immediately called the police. Detective Mason Harris was the lead investigator on the case. He arrived at Olivia's apartment and began to piece together what had happened. Nothing unusual was found in her apartment. Her wallet, keys, and other personal belongings were all there. But her phone, her laptop, and her purse were all missing. The detective noted that there were no signs of forced entry or a struggle. It appeared that Olivia had left on her own. But why? And where did she go? Detective Harris started with the basics. He asked Rachel and Olivia's friends about her recent behavior. Everyone described Olivia as happy, stable, and excited about her life. She had a steady job at a marketing firm. She was involved in the local community, and she had plans for the future. There was no indication of anything that might suggest she was planning to leave, let alone vanish. The only lead the police had was Olivia's phone, which they were able to track to a location just outside of town. The phone had been used briefly in the early hours of the morning just after Olivia had left the pub, but after that it went silent. The phone's last known location was near a wooded area on the outskirts of Ashford. The search team gathered early the next morning. They scoured the wooded area near the phone's last known location, but they found nothing. No sign of Olivia, no footprints. It was as if she had simply disappeared. For days, the search continued. Volunteer groups, search dogs, helicopters, everyone pitched in to try to find any clue. They combed through the woods, near the river, and all around the town. But Olivia Moore was nowhere to be found. After a week of fruitless searching, the case went cold. There were no leads, no clues. Olivia Moore had simply vanished. Detective Harris continued to investigate, but as time passed, the case seemed to grow colder. The town of Ashford, once peaceful, was now gripped by fear. The local news covered the case, and rumors spread like wildfire. Some believed that Olivia had simply run away. Others whispered that something sinister had happened, something no one in the town could have predicted. Then, 3 weeks later, the police received an unexpected tip. An anonymous caller reported seeing a woman matching Olivia's description near an abandoned barn on the outskirts of town. The caller claimed to have seen her walking alone in the area, but when they tried to approach her, she quickly ran away. Detective Harris and his team arrived at the barn early the next morning. The barn had been empty for years, used only by local farmers for storage. But inside, they found something that sent chills down their spines. A small, torn piece of Olivia's jacket was found in the dirt near the barn's entrance. With this new discovery, the investigation intensified. The police began questioning the people who lived nearby, hoping to find any new information. They spoke to an elderly couple who lived a few miles from the barn. They told the police that they had seen a strange man in the area around the time Olivia disappeared. The man had been walking in the woods, acting suspiciously, but when they tried to approach him, he quickly left. The couple described the man as being in his mid-30s, with dark hair and a scruffy beard. He was tall, and they noticed that he seemed to be carrying a bag. When they asked what he was doing, he didn't respond, but hurried off into the woods. The police were able to track down security footage from a nearby gas station that showed a man matching the description leaving the area around the same time Olivia had gone missing. The man was driving an old blue van. The police began searching for the blue van, but it wasn't until another week had passed that they found it abandoned on a remote road just outside of town. Inside the van, they discovered more of Olivia's belongings. Her purse, her phone, and a few personal items that confirmed she had been there. There was no sign of the man. It was as if he had vanished too. Detective Harris started to feel the weight of the case. He knew that they were dealing with something far more sinister than a simple disappearance. Olivia had been taken, and whoever was behind it was still out there, hiding in the shadows. The case took another strange turn when the police received a letter in the mail, postmarked from a nearby city. The letter was anonymous, but it contained a chilling message. "She's not gone. She's waiting for you to find her. Look where it all began." The detective immediately thought of the pub where Olivia had been the night she went missing. Could it be a clue? Was the person who took her connected to her life there? Harris started to dig deeper into the people Olivia had interacted with that night, retracing her steps to the pub. It was there that he discovered something he had overlooked. Olivia had been approached by a man earlier in the evening, someone who seemed to know her. Rachel had told Harris that she remembered the man talking to Olivia near the bar. He was familiar with her, but she couldn't place him. Olivia had been friendly, as always, but Rachel noticed something unsettling about the interaction. Olivia seemed slightly uncomfortable, though she didn't say anything at the time. The man had left abruptly, and that was the last time anyone saw him. Detective Harris now had a face to go with the mystery. He began to search for this man, tracing his name back to an old acquaintance of Olivia's, someone from her past. As the pieces slowly came together, the truth began to unravel. The man, whose name was Michael Ward, had once dated Olivia years ago. After their breakup, he had become obsessed with her. When Olivia moved on and began a new chapter of her life, Michael couldn't let go. He had been watching her, following her every move, waiting for the perfect moment to strike. It was then that the police received another call. This time, it was from a park ranger who had been patrolling the forest area near the barn. The ranger had discovered something horrifying. Olivia's body. It was hidden in the woods not far from the abandoned barn. When the police arrived, they found that Olivia had been bound and signs of struggle were evident. But the most chilling discovery was a note placed near her body. It read, "You were never meant to leave." The case was finally solved. Michael Ward was arrested and later confessed to the kidnapping and murder of Olivia Moore. He had stalked her for months, waiting for the right moment to take her. Ashford would never be the same. The town, once quiet and peaceful, was forever haunted by the memory of Olivia Moore. Her disappearance had shaken the community to its core, and while justice was served, the loss of Olivia left a deep scar that would never heal. Olivia Moore was remembered as a kind, loving woman, taken far too soon. And though the mystery of her disappearance was solved, the question remained, how many others are out there, waiting, watching, ready to strike?